And today is your birthday. Antoinette Sanaki Yeredong, you're with the SDA School, Bolga, and it's from your husband, who also happens to be my classmate, so that's a good one. Francis Yeredong, you work with the Wale Wale branch of ADB. Good morning to you, Francis. Great time to always hear from you. And this one is coming from all the children that you have. We're talking about Festus and Ferdinand. And then also your brother, Fred, because you're twins, also has twins. They had their birthday yesterday as well. And I wish them all the best. That's Fidelia and Felicity Yeredong of the St. Theresa Catholic School right here in Accra, Swan Lake. You know how we do it right here in the studio. And Gifty and Apia, I'm told, has a great relationship with Neokan. No, I said your mouth was twitching. You thought I was being mischievous. I say, only Neokan, you guys are, what are you done for? You guys are friends. Please unmute, Gifty.
It's like one of my spiritual fathers is, I mean, I've been with the choir, Harbour City Mass Choir, which he co-founded several years back. So, yeah, we go way back.
Gifty, there are so many things I don't know about you. I think I need to get closer to you. What do you think?
Well, we can talk about that.
Oh. To know more about you, so we have to talk about it. You are too difficult. Charlie, relax yourself. Eh? Oh. Which newspapers are you doing? Please breathe in and breathe out. Which newspapers are you doing?
Okay, I've got two newspapers only. I've got the BNFT and then I've got the Daily Dispatch newspaper. I can start with the BNFT, which has a very beautiful picture of our communications minister, Esla Akufo-Addo. Okay, yeah. So, banner headline, border closures drop international trade revenue by 42%. Story is on page 3 of that newspaper. And the picture that I told you about, the story by that picture is positive COVID-19 persons to wear tracking device. Okay, I don't know what that story is about. Maybe since you have the paper there, Roland, you can give us the first paragraph, but seriously. Anyway.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, do you want to read that for me now, or do you want me to finish with the BNFT at least?
Please go ahead, finish, and then we can take a look at it.
Fine. So then we have PIAC wants as a public wait. I need to figure it out. Sorry, I just woke up, I've forgotten. PIAC wants petroleum. PIAC wants petroleum funds invested in diversified instruments. That's also a story on the front page of the BNFT. And yes, they have some, the performance on the market for you as well. If you're a business watcher, you want to take a look at that one. And they have some stories there. GOIL records 105.5 million Ghana cedi profit after tax. My money is inside some. And then you've got Aviation Minister offers safety and job security assurance to airport staff. And yeah, this is the front page of the BNFT. Take you through the inside pages. Maslock makes impressive loan recovery in Ashanti region as 50 poultry farmers benefit from credit facilities. I think that's a great story to tell if they're making impressive recovery in Ashanti region, because one of the biggest problems of Maslock has been that people, the thing is, you don't even know where people live. So most of the loans were becoming bad debt, essentially. So yeah, if that sounds like a promising story, you can take your time and read through it. And businesses should take advantage of AFCFTA. That story is also right there on the page 2 of the BNFT. Page 3 has a story about the border closure and the fact that it has dropped our international trade revenue by 42%. That story is there as well. And then the PIAC story, then you have producer price inflation rate falls to 9.3% in July. That sounds like a good thing as well. Okay, and this is the back page of the BNFT. President cuts sword for $25 million GNPC operational head office in Takoradi. Okay, they're looking to make more money, of course. And MTN to transition into a digital services operator. That comes with a picture of the recent annual general meeting held. That's it for the BNFT. Roland, shall I go on with the Daily Dispatch?
Yes, you can. You can, Gifty.
Okay. So the Daily Dispatch newspaper has a banner headline: NPP reacts to Mahama's challenge to Akufo-Addo. And comes with a picture of President Akufo-Addo and former President John Mahama. Very interesting story there. Then Barack Obama takes on Trump. Story is on page 11 of the Daily Dispatch newspaper. More stories here on the front page. Obed Asamoah on PNDC era to Fourth Republic. See page 3. Roland, you know that they've been, the Daily Dispatch, Uncle Ben, good morning to him, has been serializing, this story, about Ghana's history as far as, the PNDC. So there's some analysis there. Today, the focus is on Obed Asamoah and the PNDC era. On the Fourth Republic. That story is on page 3. And as per EC's data, Greater Accra has 445,815 voters more than 2016, the 2016 figure. That story is also on the back page, and it's also part of the analysis that Daily Dispatch has been running, serialized analysis that Daily Dispatch has been running on the voters registration exercise. Inside pages, you have the story about how ex-President Barack Obama apparently tore apart President Donald Trump. If you're interested in U.S. politics, that story is right there on page 11 of the Daily Dispatch. Then 2020 polls and infrastructure record. NPP react to Mahama's challenge to beat Akufo-Addo. Comes with a picture of Mr. Sami Ewuku, the national organizer of the NPP, I beg your pardon, and then a picture of former President John Mahama. So apparently Mr. Ewuku has been responding to Mr. Mahama's request for a debate, a one-on-one debate with President Akufo-Addo. That story is right there. And all right, back page of the Daily Dispatch, which is how I wrap up from my side. Comes lots of pictures, lots of beautiful, beautiful colors. Comparative analysis of 2020 and 2016 registers continues on the back page of the Daily Dispatch newspaper. Roland, this is it for me.
Right. So let me do the Daily Graphic. Has on the front page a 3-tier pension scheme. Security agencies exempted. That announcement was made by the Minister for Information at the briefing on Thursday. And it says Cabinet has given the approval. Now 20 contests CPP flag bearer national positions. Quite an interesting story. 20 people want to contest for that position for the CPP. COVID-19 Trust Fund also support Infectious Disease Center. That's a good thing. And down there we do have the editor of the Daily Graphic going on a short leave. It's been announced on the front page. Editor on leave. Also there.
Are you sure, Roland?
It's there, editor on leave. And then we have Education Minister inaugurates school reopening committee. I don't know why when our editors go on leave here, we don't, you should announce it.
No, I'm sure there's a reason. I mean, I'm sure there's something. I mean, I don't think they just
Are you saying that it's, I think it's not the first time that the Daily Graphic has done it, to be.
Oh, they publish
usually they
schedule.
would. Yes, usually they would.
Oh,
yes.
Wow. That's good education. I honestly didn't know.
Yes. And I think this tradition by the Daily Graphic is good. I think all media houses should emulate this.
Why do you think that's necessary?
It's not up for discussion, Gifty. Now we have the back page of the Daily Graphic. Has roads in Volta region received facelift? Yeah. And some of these roads, typically, it says the sections are 45 kilometers Ikuma Have Road, 53 kilometer Have Hohwe Sokode Bame Road, and the whole Juje Danu Road. That's a good one there. We have to thank the president for this good initiative.
Well, the people, the taxes that we pay, that's what they're for.
Gifty, you took the bait. I didn't want you to come. You took the bait. So we have the Herald. The Herald has on the front page, Health Ministry paying 32 million euros for 100-bed hospital after private sector paid 7.5 million Ghana cedis for 105-bed infectious disease center. Hey. The Herald, this table you are shaking. borrowing the phrases from my lead producer, Derek Ekosam. This table you are shaking. NLA to earn 30 million Ghana cedis from KGL partnership. That's also there. And we have the Rose Ministry collecting kickbacks from contractors. Inusa Fuseni laments. I didn't know that.
Oh, but that's not news, Roland. I mean,
Gifty. Relax. Yeah. Why are you behaving like you work with CDD and GI this morning? Relax. Akufo-Addo won't debate Mahama. Samia Uku and Pius Hajida shout back. It no go happen. It no go happen. So we do have a chronicle. It's not usual of us highlighting the front page of the chronicle because we don't usually get it in the studio. But today we have it. So we have chronicle. Alote goes bananas. Hypocrite. Sycophant. Leading NDC to the slaughter. On the front page of the chronicle. And there we also have I will be ruthless with corrupt appointees. Mahama says. Modern fishing harbor for Elmina. A pull of Edna. And up there we have police GIS and others excluded from unification of pensions. This one, government was fast because the security agency, those that were not going to be included, Charlie will vote against you. So this one, Akufo-Addo, make fast. Make fast. It's true. Oh, I have a lot of friends. You know, my father was a former soldier, so I know that that security, how it is for them. So I know, but Charlie, this one, make fast. Good campaign. Daily Guide has on the front page, Mahama can't win. And this according to Alote Jacobs. And we have NDC has no message. Nana fires. What we need message? Message. Malawushio. So we have security services remain on Cap 30. And it has an attached picture of the Minister for Information, Kujo Ponkro, a member of Parliament for Francia Yorubi. On the back page, we do have Liverpool lead open title defense. They're coming from the championship and they're meeting the title holders in the premiership. It's for the opening day of the EPL. Charlie, we'll be staying glued to our screens, making a meal of it. We also do have Minsha South get another AstroTurf being constructed by, it should be the Wembley Sports Construction Company. If it's not, it's then.
Oh, our very good friend, Robert Coleman. We should say good morning to him.
Please. It is Black Ghana Limited. They didn't give it to Wembley Sports. Oh, why? Okay, so we'll move on. Observer. The Observer has on the front page, we've expanded infrastructure development in all regions. Akufo-Addo answers critics as study gets 48 million euro market circle GMPC headquarters. Meanwhile, government retains police prisons, others on existing pension minister. Hey, this story always finding itself on the front pages here. It's nice. Oh. Okay. So we also do have the Informer. The Informer has on the front page, Akufo-Addo Lord Zoom Lions patriotism. Cut sword for companies waste treatment plant in Sekandi Takrade. And it's all there. I see also all the personalities there. Okay. Dr. Joseph Sianwe Japan is also there. Jospon, good morning to you. Ghana politics, rolling still relevant. Harunaya Atta. And we have control of NDC. Ahoy's modus operandi exposed. Has an inserted picture of Seth Ufori Ohene. It's been a while I've seen Seth. Good to see him on the front page. All right, so let's do the last one. The Daily Statesman says NPP launches manifesto tomorrow. The best place for you to get the best highlights of this event is JoyNews.
Of course. And yeah, I mean,
it's not on the front page, but I'm saying, please take it from me. Election headquarters. So we're live there. We'll bring you all the previews also right here, and then also take you live to Cape Coast. Gifty, you're going, aren't you?
Oh no, you know I'm on leave. You know, so I'll be observing from afar.
Okay, what's your pick this morning from all that I've read out?
I don't know. I'm really feeling like Friday today, but
okay.
Let me try.
Then let's discuss any okay, because it's and then let's discuss Champions League and Europa League. Today is the final.
Hang on. I have a Ghanaian Times newspaper. Right. So I'll just give you the front page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Please Security services remain on Cap 30. Government assures. That's the story you were commenting on. And President cuts sought for construction of new GNPC headquarters in Takrade. So maybe, I mean, Well, minister also inaugurates reopening of pre-tertiary schools. That story is then Ghana condemns coup d'etat in Mali. Good point to make. So maybe my pick is right here, Roland. Security services remaining on cap 30. Government is assuring. We've had this conversation where I've talked about how we treat our security services, especially the police service, for example, here. So, I mean, it's good that unification of pension schemes is what that story is coming beneath. It's good that we're taking care of them. I mean, the devil is always in the detail, Roland, isn't it? But link that to what happened in Mali. What happened in Mali and this particular story, you see a very interesting I won't say they're related, but I see a very interesting point there because yesterday, 3 days ago, when we did the Mali, I indicated that one of the problems or one of the reasons assigned to this particular coup was something about pay or salaries of the military, of the security personnel in Mali. So I find it a very interesting, if you get my drift, Roland.
Yeah, I get it.
A very interesting connection there. I'll just leave it there. Like I said, I'm feeling a bit Friday today, so that'll probably be my pick. But we're still going on with the cutting of swords, and I've not really seen a lot of the newspapers talking about the challenge also that President Mahama, if you like, is throwing out there for a presidential debate. But it'll be interesting to have a presidential debate. If the president is out for it, I think they should, by all means, go for it and let's see how it goes. It'll be exciting.
I don't know. I think I remember in 2016, the opposition leader then, who is now president, didn't debate the president, right? Who was the incumbent? Yeah. So I'm not sure that if while in opposition he decided that, look, I'm not going to debate the incumbent at all, and now he's president, he will decide it. I'm not sure it will be a wise decision politically. But while it is going to enrich the debate for the electioneering, the choice is also for the president to make. And you know, that typically the president, Akufo-Addo, is very bullish about the way he goes his things. Is taking everything and says, this is where I want to go, this is what I want to do, and this is how it has to be. And I suspect that he may decide not to undertake this debate or do this debate at all. Based on the responses we've had so far, it doesn't sound to me like it's ruled out. It's completely ruled out. Really?
Yeah, I'm really feeling Friday today. Yes. I don't think it's completely ruled out. Yesterday, when I heard Sami Uku responding to this, he said that, look, we have enough evidence to show that we're better off than you. But he said, for now, we're not, we don't think it's necessary. But as we go along, if we feel that it is necessary at a point, he says we may consider. That's what I heard him say yesterday on radio. So I don't think it's completely ruled out, but we'll see how it goes. But I think there was this back and forth about the level of trust that the parties had at the time for the, I think it was the IEA that organized the debate. I think there was a part of, it was the NDC or I think it must be the NPP. Like, it looks like one of them did not really trust the referee, so to speak, who was going to be the referee in this context. But I sure think it will be exciting if they want to do it. But yeah, it looks like the political season is really heating up. More sword cutting, more jabs being thrown at one another. So we'll be here to, follow it up and do more of the analysis as we go along. But like I said, thank God it's Friday. That's how I'm feeling today.
Yeah. Look, I have to say that the Tier 3 pension scheme, while it is envisioned to be a good one, I would say, based on my experience, it has to be monitored adequately to see whether the trustees, because the part where the trustees are supposed to manage the contributions of the workers from their employees and they themselves, beyond what SNIT also tends to be getting, at the end of the day, it has a big repercussion on how we as workers tend to live after working all these years, whether you work for yourself or it's typically you getting employed by somebody else. Now, the reason why I know that the security agencies, their personnel will be very much happy about government's decision is that if you look at the type of pensions that are got in terms of the quantums, it's far, far better than what SNIT ever paid anybody at all based on their contributions over time after working 30, 40 years. And it is the reason why the police service, the immigration, the rest of the security agencies wanted to be added to the CAP 30 by the military or with the military. You know, when we did the migration to the current scheme, the SNITs and having the current tier, the military were very vociferous, even though it was not public, that they didn't want to be added to the SNITs and the current scheme that we have. And it's for good reason. It's because the current scheme and what was being practiced before, based on the law, had not been managed adequately. And the security agents, particularly the military, were seeing what was going on, were not happy. And it is time that we also need to have a holistic approach to this conversation about the pensions. If the military and the rest of the security agencies are going to be under CAP 30 because they think it is a good one, then the structure of how we also implement the current three-tier scheme should be of concern to government and various employers as well. And even as the employee, we should typically look at how this is implemented. Look, because we're all young, we're working, we seem not to have the hindsight as to what the implications could be if this is not being managed well. And really, if you have the experiences of those who are having their contributions managed by trustees, you get to know that, I mean, it's not the best. It's not the best. And we need to have that conversation. I know that you are the head of the security desk right here, and so you may have great information from your friends in the military who would say, this is what we wanted, and it's always been maintained this way, and it should stay the way it is.
Yeah, I have not, like I said, I've not looked too much into that particular story, but it did catch my attention, which is why I made it my pick. Anything about security services I get particularly interested in. Well, I can certainly look into that, and perhaps we can have a conversation on it later. I'm not particularly equipped right now to discuss it in detail, but anything to secure the future of everybody, you should be interested. If your employers will not necessarily be so interested until the employees themselves push for it. You know, you have to put in that push to get what you think you deserve. Otherwise, your pension becomes terrible. But like you're saying that your father was an old soldier. I'm interested to find out from your perspective. I mean, so he's on pension now, I believe.
Oh, he's been on pension for how many years now? 30
exactly.
years. Yeah.
And then I wonder how much he was entitled to at the end of every month as a pensioner, someone who was, you know.
Well, I'm not sure I know how much he earns now, yeah. But I know that typically there were raises. I think the Akufo administration gave them a raise. Atamil's administration gave them a raise. And I think the last time I had a conversation with some of his friends himself, he said the Akufo-Addo administration was treating them well, you know, and the conversation gets around, especially for the personnel who are in the army and maybe retiring 2 years or 3 years from their current state. They tend to be very much interested in what they're going to earn after they leave the service. And so it becomes a discussion point for them. Now, if government would treat the military and other security personnel well, because, you know, they are untouchables in a way because of our political history, they should also be interested in how pensions are managed for ordinary workers. I mean, that's just my view. Because it's not everybody who is going to manage their pensions very well as individuals.
They should not just be interested. It's their responsibility, and they owe the people that responsibility. And they have to make sure that after the people have retired, they have a better life. And there have been a lot of issues about how our pensions have been managed and how people think that. I've heard people, you know, in conversations where people have said that governments, I mean, not this government, but governments that we've had over the years have usually tend to our pension funds and used it, you know, sometimes touched it. for other projects. I like I said once again, I'm not too equipped to discuss that in detail right now. I'm not equipped with the right information to discuss it. But these are conversations that you hear going around. Like you said, word goes round. These are the conversations that go around. I won't say that government should be interested. Government should be much more than interested, because it is their responsibility to protect the future of the people who work for the state.
Yeah, thank you very much, Gifty. Gifty and Rapia are always on hand to give us the best. And Gifty, we wish you well for the day. Please, since you're on leave, be watching how we cover the manifesto launch of the NPP. You will enjoy it, Gifty. Have
One
some
thing
sandwich.
I also enjoy is Neokai, Minister Neokai, when he comes to start the session today.
All right. Today is your birthday. Antoinette Sanaki Yeredon, you're a teacher at SDA School, Bolga, and this one is coming from your husband, Francis. You're the branch manager of Wale Wale ADB, and it's also from your children, Ferdinand, Festus, and Francisca. It is your birthday, Antoinette. Do enjoy this. Make sure you stick with us throughout the period. We have Neokai. You will enjoy him. In the meantime, please, we have the latest sports update with Benedict also.